YouTube, what is good? It's your boy, Nate Reacts, aka Nate Plays, and we are here with some 2K23 official gameplay, my player builder, new badges, basically news about 2K. Now, I heard that some of this is going to be going into 2K23 current gen, so that's kind of good news. I feel like this year 2K, I don't know, I think kind of right now everybody is tired of, basically seeing the same kind of 2K. So I'm hoping like this news is actually like something different, for once. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into it. This video is by Joe Knows. This video was dropped yesterday, man, talking about the new badges and stuff. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
I woke up to a bombshell of NBA 2K23 news. Everything from the new builder, new badges, new gameplay, etc, etc. My goal is to cover all this information as fast as possible for you guys. There's nothing worse than an hour-long news video, right? You just want the information so you know what's coming out for 2K23.
Oh, they got new layup animations.
That's what I plan to do. So since I'm trying to cover the news as fast as possible, I'm not going to really give my opinion on it. I'm just going to give you the facts and let you assess it for yourself. So listen, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're on that way to 1 million subs. I think we're like 18K away. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe. 2K23, you guys already know all the best builds, all the best information is right here. And take 2 seconds, scroll down, drop a like on the video. Let's get right into the news. This video is sponsored by Pristine.
We might not make a point guard build this next 2K. I don't know. It depends on what these builds look like. If these builds look like, like something I would really want to play with, bro, I might actually go with like a small forward. We'll see. We'll see in about a month or so. We'll see when 2K comes out.
Replica badges, builds, and takeovers. Where else would we start? So they go on to say one of the first things everyone does when they get the new 2K is try to make the best build, blah, blah, blah. This year, the major goals for Player Builder were refinement, polish, and balance. You still have complete control to build whatever type of player you want to make, but the new builder ensures that all builds, regardless of size or speciality, are fun and balanced. Then that last,
and that's actually really good. That's actually really good, so far. Because the thing about making a certain type of build in 2K is that, let's just say you make a slasher type of build. You only have a certain limit, like you'll have like a 73 or something like that. So even though you do specialize in one thing, man, you could just make it all, really, you could just make your player really good, but they still specialize in one thing. So I think that's good right there.
Talks about now, when you buy animations, you buy it for your entire account, not for that specific player. So if you buy LeBron James crossover, you will have it available for every player that meets that attribute requirement to get that animation. So you only have to buy animations one time, which is a big W from 2K. Also, at the bottom of that paragraph, they talk about how on current gen, pie charts have been removed and replaced with a new builder. Onto the badges now. The first part of the paragraph, they talk about how, in past 2Ks, everyone kind of gravitated towards the same badges, the best badges, the most overpowered badges, and how they wanted to bring more balance to badge loadouts. So let's skip about halfway down the first paragraph and get into the nitty-gritty of the information. There are 16 badges per category. 8 in Tier 1, 4 in Tier 2, and 4 in Tier 3. Tier 1 badges are the least powerful badges, but they also cost the least amount of badge points. Costs go up and acquire the more impactful badges. The basic idea is that you'll need to equip a certain number of badges in the lower tiers before you can equip badges in the highest. The motive behind this change was to encourage players to make some tough choices when creating their badge recipes, make loadouts more valuable as a feature, and bring a better overall balance to the badge game in general. Along with the tiers, we're also introducing core badges, which are 4 unique badge slots, 1 in each attribute category, that can be filled with badges that don't count towards your badge points. Each badge will have a challenge requirement that, once met, will allow the badge to be placed into a core badge slot. We also made several changes to badges themselves, which are highlighted below. Now, shout out to Paulo Gio over on Twitter, man. He made a better chart than that was actually in the article to break down the badges. So I'm going to show his chart right here. You guys can see all the new badges they added. Over on the right is all the badges they removed. I think there's some really cool things in here. You can pause the video and look it over for yourself.
Oh, wait, hold on. He said the ones on the right are the ones that were removed?
His chart right here. You guys can see all the new...
Okay, so the ones on the right were removed. So, dang, they took away Lucky 7? Oh, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. Lucky 7, taking away Lucky 7, bro, that's tough, man. That's tough. Because I get a lot of my shots off of that badge. I have a Hall of Fame Lucky 7 badge. They took away the Sniper badge, Limitless Spot Up, which I think limitless spot up was kind of pointless, you know, because now you have limitless range, which just covers the spot ups and all. So that's good right there. They got set shooter. Okay, set shooter. Mismatch expert. Uh, okay. Chef. They took away chef. They took away the hot zone hunter. So yeah, they took away hook specialist. Let's continue.
Badges they added over on the right is all the badges they removed. I think there's some really cool things
Bullet
in here.
passer,
you can pause the video and look at it for yourself. I'm not going to read out every badge in every description.
Stop
this
and go.
kind of chart is.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so they basically moved mismatch expert to a different category.
Absolutely fantastic. It breaks it down by
they moved it to a different category.
Badges and a description of what the new badges said they were going to do. So like I said, if y'all want to pause the video, I'm not going to sit here and talk for 2 minutes while you know what I mean, while you guys read it. You just pause it, look it over, and I'm going to move on. Next, they talk about Team Takeover being redesigned. They talk about regular Takeover with primary Takeover, secondary Takeover that we had on New Gen is all the same. But in the last couple of versions of 2K, Team Takeover, a single player could get the whole team takeover. That doesn't work anymore. For NBA 2K23, Team Takeover works as a cooperative team system with the entire team sharing a single meter. Each player on the team has an equal portion that they are responsible for filling up by performing well on the court and being good teammates. Once each player has filled up their portion of the meter, Team Takeover automatically fires off for the entire team. The new design makes much more sense and does a better job representing what it means to be hot as a team and take over the game as a unit. On to some gameplay stuff. The first thing they talk about is using the pro stick. And
so let's just say you played on the Kings like I did. You're not going to get Team Takeover. If you play on the Kings, you're not going to get Team Takeover because everybody's gonna play. You know, there's going to be a lot of players on the court who play terrible. So that sucks right there, especially if you get drafted to a really bad team or something like that. Or let's say you get drafted to, you know, I don't know. Let's just say you're trying to get everybody to cook and you can't get them to cook. Now you don't even get the Team Takeover. That sucks. That sucks. Wait, we're gonna continue, bro.
Switchbacks, which basically double throws are when you flick the pro stick in a direction, letting it go back to center, and then quickly moving the pro stick in the same direction. And switchbacks is flicking the pro stick in a direction, letting it go back to center, and then quickly moving the pro stick in the opposite direction. These new gestures introduce a lot of new weapons for both shooting and ball handling. They then start to tell us about dunking and how those new controls are actually going to factor into how you dunk. So they do talk about that the meter is going to be back, how it was on next gen or new gen, whatever you want to call it, for 22. And then they show some dunk controls. So if you hold up, it's a two-hand dunk. If you hold right, it's a strong hand dunk. Left is a weak hand dunk. Then if you start to move,
but that's kind of what it was in 2K. Yeah, that's really much. Dunk. That's pretty much how it was in 2K22, anyways. Like you do the left stick up, you get a two-hand dunk. You pull it back, you get like some type of flashy dunk or something like that, like a crazy dunk. If you do right, you do right-handed dunk. If you do left, you'll do a left-handed dunk. Up and downs though, up and down. So okay, so those I've never tested that. I never tested doing up and down. So yeah, there's gonna be some cheese. I might test it out in my next 2K video. Which is more than likely probably going to come out today.
With meter. So basically you start to see how those double throws and switchbacks that they just talked about are factored into dunking now. They also go on to talk about if you want to finish with more finesse around the rim, the double throw gesture is used for hop step layups, while the switchback gesture is used for Euro step layups and cradle layups. So there's different ways you can use these new controls to finish around the rim. It doesn't just have to be dunking. For the bigger and stronger players, you'll also experience a lot of new contact layup content that properly shows what should happen when a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo plows through everyone in their path.
But you know, that's going to be some cheese because I don't know if you guys remember, if you've seen the 2K23 trailer when PJ Tucker was guarding Giannis, and when Giannis just like went up on PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker's a really good defender. He's a 3-and-D type of guy. So, but anyways, when PJ Tucker was guarding Giannis literally just shoved him out of the way. So that's a concern for me because let's say if you're playing like Rec or something, if you're playing online, Park, whatever it is, and you run into somebody like that, and they just keep plowing you through with the animations and stuff like that, bro, that's going to get sickening. That's going to get sickening. But, you know, hopefully, you know, they find a way, you know, to kind of, it doesn't happen every single time because with the contact layup packages with guys built like Giannis, or really big, you know, just really big, like, forwards and stuff like that, bro, that's going to suck. That's going to suck.
In addition, we've added several new layup packages for both new gen and current gen, including Booker, Embiid, Iverson, Magic Johnson, Jokic,
AI.
Levine,
I might get the AI
Durant,
layup
Suber,
package.
Diana Taurasi, and
we'll have
more.
to see.
For post players, double throws can be used for drop steps and hop shots. Switchback gestures will give you shimmy shots and hooks. There are a bunch of new signature post shots and hooks to choose from this year as well. Now, they talked a lot about dribbling in this article, and I didn't put a lot of it in because I'm gonna be honest, until we actually get our hands on the game, whatever they say about improvements to this or that dribble animation, until we actually get the game in our hands, we're not really gonna know.
Which is why they should have came out with a demo.
With the ball
they should have came out with a
sticks
demo
in their hands, and they're gonna find out how to break everything like they always do. But I did take this one snippet because I thought it was important. All right, check this out.
It's gonna be,
well, it's fun to clown your opponents with a flurry of
this.
flashy dribble moves. We don't want to encourage players to dribble the entire shot clock while their teammates fall asleep.
Oh, whoa, what's that? What's that? Energy will deplete much quicker when spamming. Yes! 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 Bro! Okay, so this is basically talking, okay, so let's say if you spam a bunch of, you know how those 2K sweats are, you know, when you get in like My Park or something like that, or Park, and we play Park or something, or like Rec or something, and they're always spamming like the Curry moves, the Curry sidestep, you do this, then you step back, you know, that type of cheese. Now they can't do that. They can, now they have to play like a regular player. Yo, I love this. I love this. This is gonna change everything pretty much. This right here, even when you play my team, this is gonna change everything, because now you can't do this cheese. You can't do this cheese anymore. You can't do those Curry sidestep, create like a 10-foot difference. Bro, you can't do that anymore. Yes. Yes, this is what I wanted. I've wanted this for so long. I understand, you know, in previous 2Ks, they do have this, like 2K22, they have that. 2K21, they had that. But they didn't have it. They didn't make any, like, it wasn't that effective like that. So now that they're talking about it, you know, depleting the energy and stuff like that, bro, that's a game changer right there on so many different modes.
Deplete much quicker when
that's how a lot of people lose
together,
games.
so it's important to be efficient and not play with your food for too long. Interesting.
Yes.
Another thing they talked about was adrenaline boost. Another new feature to prevent over-dribbling is the concept of adrenaline boosts. There are 3 available boosts per player per possession, shown as 3 small bars under the stamina meter. Boosts are consumed every time you perform a hard goal or explosive sprint launch. Once your 3 boosts are gone, you'll notice that your speed and acceleration decrease significantly for the remainder of the possession. As with dribble combos, it's important to play smart basketball and be efficient with your movement rather than zigzagging back and forth aimlessly trying to get around the defense. Now let's talk about shooting. Shooting also gets some nice upgrades for NBA 2K23. In NBA 2K22, success from the outside was heavily weighted towards coverage. If you could get an open look, you could balance out poor ratings and inaccurate timing. This year we wanted a more authentic shooting model to capture the essence of great NBA shooters' capabilities. The first major change is the addition of shooting attributes. Since the inception of signature jump shots in 2K basketball, animations have been more or less aesthetic, but functionally the same. This year, each signature jump shot has unique shooting stats that help determine its effectiveness. Things like shot speed, release height, defense immunity, and timing impact. Also, they talked about how they added new shot meters.
Oh yeah. There's like 5 different shot meters.
I don't even use the shot meter. We all know meter because it's just.
Bro, I learned this, and I've recently learned this, bro. When you use the shot meter, bro, it just throws your shot off. Especially, let's say you have a low 3-point shot, like you have like a 80 or maybe even like a 75 or something, and you get a good look, and you're always looking at that shot meter like, oh, I'm trying to hit it right, For me personally, I'm just gonna stick to jump shots that I know, but not only that, I'm just gonna, you know, I don't need the shot meter anymore. I don't even know. That's why I took the shot meter off.
I don't know. It's
in
just
2K.
better,
I took the shot meter off.
Like a comp player in the game, but if you still need the shot meter
for like Rec and stuff, you're gonna need it. It's gonna come in handy, especially like my team.
But some of the new shot meters that
I don't like that shot meter.
Now let's move on to defense.
I don't like that last one.
Received a nice overhaul for NBA 2K23. Up until last year, we used a simple shot defense calculation that looked at 2 specific points: the location of the defender when the shot started and the proximity to the ball at release. It worked well, but also had its shortcomings. If the defender's hand or arm moved slightly into a bad position right at the point of our shot release calculation, You could get a bad coverage score even though it looked like a very good contest. This year we've created a system that evaluates the defensive player's contesting hand throughout a window of the shooting motion. This larger sample set provides way more accurate results and helps line up the coverage numbers to what players expect based on what they're seeing happening on screen. Now let's talk some on-ball defense for the floor game.
Okay.
On-ball defensive movement and body-ups receive a major refresh with new content that more accurately depicts today's one-on-one player interactions. You'll also notice a new indicator on the ball handler when in guarding positions. This is the new defensive shading mechanic. The 3 bars on the indicator represent 3 zones: straight up, shade left, shade right. The zone the defender's in is shown red. If the ball handler attempts to attack the red lane, they'll get cut off, lose their dribble, or fumble the ball. Great defenders can anticipate where the ball handler is attacking and will now be more clearly rewarded for it. The shading system works for both on-ball defenders guarding the perimeter as well as the post, and does a good job communicating to both the offense and defense why collisions resolve the way they do. All right, let's move on to shot blocking. I'm going to skip down about halfway through the first paragraph. For NBA 2K23, blocks have been tuned in to be more realistic, leading to more predictable outcomes, with the right players making appropriate stops when timing their block attempts. No more small guards pulling off LeBron James level chase down blocks. You'll notice a distinct improvement in ball security for good dunkers. In the past, it was always risky to try to pull off tomahawks or back scratchers with good defenders even remotely nearby. We've made some changes to encourage good dunkers to use a greater repertoire of dunk packages, feel the reward of highlight reel dunks with significant takeover boosts in the right situation without fear of always getting the ball knocked out on the way up. The shot blocking system also now contains flyby blocks. When closing out late on perimeter shooters, the flybys will do a better job of trying to get a hand up while preventing defenders from slamming into the shooter and sending them to the line. Whew. All right, that was about an hour worth of information I crammed into 10 minutes. Now, I didn't cover everything in the article. As I said, if you want to read the full article, I'll leave the link in the description of this video.
More than likely, after this video, I will read the article, but, you know, so far, I mean, it looks like they've made a decent amount of changes, I mean, to pretty much everything. They've kind of, you know, restructured everything. You see, this is why I wish we had the demo, because then we would actually be able to see this instead of just having to read off and believe whatever 2K is putting out, you know? So, yeah, man, that's you know, I wish they would do it. I wish they would do it. By now, we would have seen what was coming out. They would have dropped this, and then at that point, we would have a better understanding of what is going on, what they're actually talking about, you know, with the different stuff like that. But so far, I mean, it seems like from what they've put out that they have made major improvements. I really want to see what they do with current gen, man. I heard some stuff about current gen, what he talked about, what Joe talked about, but that's really it. They mainly they didn't mention anything really about current gen like that. So yeah, other than like the build and whatever, that we're gonna get a new build system and no more shots and no more builder charts or anything like that, which is fine. And see, bro, this is why I don't understand why we don't end up getting next gen, bro. Us PC, bro, we should be able to run next gen fine. Like 2K's neglecting us, and it sucks, man. It sucks, but you know, hopefully next year, you know, we'll be able to get next gen. But I still, at this point, I don't even know, because we're already three next gen games in, and we still haven't got next gen yet. So yeah, man, this is gonna suck. But hey, man, that's gonna conclude today's video for this channel, man. More than likely after this comes out, or yeah, more than likely after this comes out, I'm gonna probably hop over to my main channel and I'm gonna drop a 2K22 video. So you guys stay tuned for that. But hey, that's gonna conclude today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Nate Plays, or Nate Reacts, aka Nate Plays, signing off. Love you guys. Peace.